Hello, and welcome back to The Power of Now, a guide to spiritual enlightenment with Gilda and Barbara. Today, we're doing a book study on Awakening to Divine Purpose, a guide through the 6 stages of spiritual transformation, written by Barbara Wainwright, and we hope you have your copy so that you can follow along. Today, we are on Stage 1, Awakening, Becoming Conscious, Section 10, Understanding Loss, Time Heals All Wounds. My name is Barbara Wainwright, and I'm here with Gilda Simonet. Welcome, Gilda.
Thank you.
Understanding loss. Time heals all wounds. Even a happy life cannot be without a measure of darkness. And the word happy would lose its meaning if it were not balanced by sadness. Carl Jung.
In order to know happiness, we must also know sadness. If we had never faced difficulties, would we truly understand or relate to others going through hard times? Would we have compassion for them? Would we fully appreciate the good moments?
Jonathan Safran Foer wrote in Everything is Illuminated. You cannot protect yourself from sadness without also protecting yourself from happiness. Experiencing loss is part of the human condition. At some point, each of us will face it, and with loss often comes sadness and grief. That is okay. Loss and change are inevitable. For many, change can be deeply challenging, especially for those who've lived through trauma and work hard to keep everything calm, controlled, and drama free. Their desire to maintain emotional stability is understandable, particularly when reminders of past pain evoke intense physical or emotional reactions.
If you are having a moment of sadness, allow yourself to fully feel it. Sadness will come, and joy will return too. Remember, you wouldn't feel such a deep grief if you hadn't also known deep joy. Bringing happy memories into your mind can help soften the sorrow. It is right to feel sadness. It is also important not to dwell there.
A good friend of mine lost his wife after 46 years of marriage. I imagine the void he feels when he comes home to a quiet, empty house. For anyone experiencing such loss, my heart goes out to you. Know that these feelings will pass, sometimes slowly, sometimes quickly, but they will shift. In time, the memories that once brought tears will more often bring you smiles. You will experience joy again. You will find happiness again.
When my father passed away, it took nearly 2 years before I could speak of him without breaking down in tears. Time does heal wounds. Time does help us with the losses. You will get through your sadness. You will move on to better times.
For now, give yourself grace. Take the time you need to heal and adjust to life as it is now. Be compassionate with yourself. Allow yourself time to grieve, to rest, to heal, and to rediscover your center.
And as you do, let the joy-filled memories surface. Remember the laughter, the smiles, the moments of love. Reminisce about your happy times often. Those memories are treasures, proof of the love that shaped you, and reminders that happiness will find you again. This section is interesting because I feel like I'm going through all these emotions of grief and sadness and I don't know, just a bunch of emotions because my mom right now, she's in the hospital, and she's been there for almost like 2 weeks now. So it's been kind of scary. So to like read some of these words, it's kind of a little too real for me right now.
I understand that. And I just think it's so interesting the way the universe works. It's always on our behalf. And it feels like there's no coincidence that we're reading this section upon understanding loss right now and appreciating the good things that happen and knowing that this too shall change. I think these are important lessons that we all will come across at some point in our life because, after all, we are human beings. And the human experience is a series of ups and downs, and nothing's staying the same. As we talked about last week, change is inevitable. Everything changes. So it makes it very difficult. If we are hoping for consistency and things not to change, well, guess what? That's not the way life works on planet Earth. So I feel you, Gilda. I know that this has to be a very challenging time for you emotionally. And, just thinking about your mom being in the hospital. One good thing about it is that we know she's getting outstanding and excellent care. And that's so important.
Yes, I'm very grateful for that. I like the last part of what you wrote here. I think what makes it easier is knowing that she is getting the care that she needs and that she is still here, she is still alive, and it is nice to kind of reflect on, like our newfound relationship that we are like have rebuilt together. And, as I do that, I do let the joy-filled memories surface, like how you wrote in this book. It's like I remember the laughter and the smiles and the moments of love. And I reminisce about the happy times often. And I think that that makes it a little bit easier to like cope.
That is such a good practice or a good thing to do, to remember the good times and the joyful times. And I know when I look back at photos of my grandson and my life at certain times, naturally we're taking photos of the good times, right? So you can look back on a memory and go, oh yeah, that was a good time. That was a good time. That was fun. I remember when we did that. Oh, I remember when that happened. And maybe if you have some photos that you can go back to and look at and think about the joys and the things that happened that brought you joy, maybe that's one way to better cope with the difficult times that you might be facing right now. And that is, for me, so uplifting to know that we can shift our focus, shift our energy, and be uplifted by a beautiful rainbow or a beautiful thought any time that we choose. So I guess with that, we can choose to stay in a dark place. And like it said at the beginning, it's not a good place to dwell. We don't want to dwell there. Or we can choose to look at all the good things that have also come our way, all the joys and the wonderful moments of life that we've had, and reminisce about those things. So, for those of you that are in a really good place right now, stay there. Stay there and enjoy the moment and relish in the uplifting spirit that's all around us. And if you are experiencing a time of sadness, take a deep breath, breathe in, and let go. And breathe in again and let go. And take another deep breath. Know that you are loved, you're cared for, and that the universe is here conspiring on our behalf to lift us up and carry us through to the other side whenever that time comes for us. In the meantime, remember the happy times, remember your happy thoughts, tap in, use your songs that bring you joy. Just do everything you can to lift your spirits because God is good and there is so much ahead of us that is coming that is good. As some have said, we are living in the golden age and it's right here for us, right here, right now. So embrace that thought, and we'll see you next week. Bye now.
Bye.
If you've enjoyed this podcast and you'd like to experience a deeper connection, we have two beautiful options. You can work with Gilda as your coach to apply these teachings in your real life. Or if you feel called to help others transform, you can become a certified professional coach through Wainwright Global. To learn more, join our Facebook group, The Power of Now, A Guide to Spiritual Enlightenment with Gilda and Barbara. Send us a direct message, just type the word coach, and we'll reply with the details and help you choose the best fit.